Do you ever feel tired or closed in school?
School? Yeah.
Tired.
Why?
There's a lot of work and not a lot of time to do that work during the day.
Tired.
Yeah, I feel tired. I'm up late a lot doing homework. And I work a lot in track.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel pretty tired, yeah.
Do you feel closed in too?
Maybe a little bit, but probably more tired.
Oh man, I always feel tired in school. I mean, having 2 jobs probably adds to that, but there's never really enough time to get your work done and sleep and hope that you get a good grade.
Not in my office because I have this nice big window. When I taught here, not really because I had a classroom with window. I could see if you were in the P hallways because I used to teach down there, P and N in that area of the building. It might feel a little closed in because of, again, the way that this building was originally built in the 70s. They didn't really apparently care too much for natural light. And I guess that gets a little bit expensive, but I noticed a difference from when I was teaching in the middle part of the building compared to when I was able to teach up on the second floor and you had windows and things like that. So I think it depends. The nice things for students is they get to move around throughout the day. If I was a staff member, I think I would probably go well above and beyond decorating my walls, especially like in the P and the N and the J hallways. They have some windows, but those P and N's, I think of them and think, wow, that's, you're kind of cut off from the outside world for most of the day, really, if you stay in there too long. So.
What's your favorite wall in the school?
The state champion.
The mural.
I like the windows better than walls, so I like the windows.
My favorite wall. That wall over there is pretty cool. It's got some nice pictures on it.
Definitely that one. The one with all the pictures on it.
My favorite wall is right outside the choir room. It has a whole bunch of pictures of band, choir, and musical, like the musical people.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is aquamarine.
Blue.
Yellow.
It's blue.
I don't know. Let's go something like rainbow. I mean, that's like every color.
In Jackson High School, we are surrounded by purple and gray hallways, white cinder block classrooms, and purple and gold signs cheering on whatever team is in season. We have purple carpet, purple and gray lockers, even purple and gray chairs in the cafeteria. Although we do have a couple of walls showcasing the artwork of students, most of these walls are found in the commons. Most students spend time in the commons, so at least everyone gets to see this art, but the art is restricted to one area of the school. Plus, the few walls of art that we do have are outnumbered by the overwhelming amount of purple and gray. We're all for school spirit, but color and a lack of it can actually affect a person's mental state. As you can see from the previous interviews with students, many of them said they felt tired or closed in at the school. Many of the students also said that their favorite wall in the school is one that showcases some type of art. If we had more of these walls that the students enjoyed, maybe they would be more lively or at least feel less tired at school. Although our school seems to be covered in purple and gray, adding art to the building has been a work in progress. Some students said that their favorite wall was the mural that was added this year. As you see in this interview with one of our school's art teachers and the head of art club, Ms. Ayers.
Do you think there's a lack of art and color on the walls of the school?
I think there's a lot of purple. I think the school's design was designed to be kind of monochromatic like that, with purple as the color choice because of Jackson Colors. I think there's a lack of a lot of artwork. I think we put up a lot in the showcases and other places. I I don't see a lot coming from other courses or classes. And I think we focus a lot on awards, so we have a lot of things for awards and stuff.
Why did you choose to paint the mural?
The art club wanted to do something to have more art available in the school or the community. So they decided on a mural, and they worked with a resident artist, former student Jesse Clevenger, to come up with an idea that would kind of go for everybody in the school, not just for arts students.
Getting a positive response.
Yeah, all we've gotten is positive responses about the mural. When it was first unveiled was at the Arts Extravaganza, and people could come down and look at it. And I think for a lot of people, it's kind of inviting and fun to look at. Even for students walking down the hall, we've had all good responses, and lots of teachers want to know when we're going to paint more.
The lack of color and art in our school is an obvious issue, and the negative effects go deeper than the surface. In student interviews, many students shared that their favorite walls are ones with art or pictures on them, which shows the significance of these rare and diverse walls. Also, the students claim to feel tired and sometimes closed in our school. Though other factors may be affecting their tiredness, the main reason students feel lethargic may be from the color scheme of our school. When walking through the halls and classrooms, the colors are various shades of purple and gray. These colors blend together in a tasteless way that leaves students feeling unwelcome and bored. The color purple has some positive vibes that it sends, but with the extensive amount used in our school sends a completely different vibe. Purple is notorious for being the color of royalty, but with this royalty comes the downsides of this, such as entitlement and superiority. The psychological message overuse of purple sends is that of cheap and nastiness, along with suppression and inferiority. If purple is not enough to create a negative feeling in the school, gray makes matters even worse by creating a mood, a lack of confidence, energy, depression, dampness, and hibernation. These feelings are not good feelings to have when in an environment that is supposed to be invigorating and stimulating. Art and differences in color would awaken the school and completely flip the perspective of the students and teachers in the school. It's difficult to encourage art and diversity when the facility you walk in is closing you off, making you tired and ruining your mood. It is also harder to maintain information when nothing sticks out or creates an impact. The isolation effect explains that something that stands out is more likely to be remembered. Whether it's text or an image, if it sticks out, it will be recalled easier. The issue of the lack of color and art seen in our school is harming our moods and our ability to recall information. Other studies, one specifically called Aesthetic Response to Color Combinations, shows how people prefer color schemes with accent colors, not bland combinations. Colors in art that send a more positive and awakening message to the mind is significantly better than the gray and purple walls with a lack of art that awakens and expands the mind.
Do you think art can change a student's attitude and energy?
I think it can change a human being's attitude and energy, whether it's teachers in our building, any of our staff, any of our students. Obviously, if you look at something like the mural in the B hallway, if you look at the mural in the G hallway, it's a little brighter, it's a little lighter. Obviously, those type of visual images are going to appeal to people's mood and emotion. Obviously, art has that. You have the area of art therapy, which I think they've done a lot of research in what art can do for, again, people's mood and their outlook and their feelings. So, absolutely, I think it can do a lot in that way.
Do you think certain colors can change someone's attitude and energy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Just as I said, with the brightness of those two pieces that I referenced earlier, I think that helps change people's outlooks, gets them thinking differently, gets them, probably feeling differently. I didn't run a statistical poll or anything like that, so I wouldn't know for sure. But that might be interesting to do, to talk to students and staff about how they feel when they're maybe in that G hallway or in that B hallway or around pieces of artwork that we have throughout the building.
What kind of vibe do you think the gray and purple sends throughout the hallways?
I think the purple obviously just kind of goes along with our school theme, our school colors and things like that. I think the gray lends itself to somewhat more of a formal professional environment. That's why we've tried to break it up with various things throughout our building. with the student photos throughout the building, again, different pieces of artwork. So you got to balance that. If you put up too many colors, then it becomes maybe overwhelming for people. So I think when they built this building and refurbished it and everything like that, they were trying to kind of have a balance of not too drastic or too bold, but at the same time make it look nice. So I think
All forms of art affect people and their mental well-being in many ways. Whether one is participating in the art or they are simply observing, all people that immerse themselves in the art are being impacted. The University of Westminster performed a study in which they let participants walk around and observe an art museum for 35 minutes. What they discovered was that the visitors' stress levels were significantly decreased due to their time observing art. The study found that this was due to a decreased concentration of the stress hormone cortisol. By simply being surrounded by art can decrease the amount of chronic stress present in one's life. Neuroscientist Oshin Vartinen looked into the interior insula, which is part of one's brain connected to your happy emotions. When viewing art, this part of your brain is automatically kicked in even if you aren't thinking about depicting art. Also, the putamen, the area in your brain linked to the reward, is triggered by looking at art. By simply observing art can help you relax and decrease stress levels, as well as having a positive force on your brain. By being immersed in the arts, as easy as being an observer can help reduce both depression and stress. It is also a tool to help ease tension of chronic illnesses. A study shows that ill patients with landscape pictures on their walls need less neurotic pain medication and also tend to leave facilities sooner. By looking at art, your quality of life is increased and is a proven way to help with healing and coping with emotional instability. By providing art viewing possibilities throughout the school can help many feel less stressed throughout their day, as well as trigger happier feelings when having a bad day, and could affect the overall atmosphere of the school.
What benefits do you see from art being prominent in people's lives?
I think it's the benefit of perspective, of color, of reflection. Probably those three areas the most.
As stated before, the purple and gray that coat our walls affect the way people feel throughout the day. This was clearly shown in our interviews that we did with students. Many claim to feel tired during the school day, which can be supported with the evidence seen in our research. The color purple can represent suppression and inferiority, and the color gray can represent a lack of confidence and depression. This perfectly explains why we got the responses that we did from the students we interviewed. We concluded from this that there needs to be more color added to our school to change the mood of the students who attend it. Adding colors such as yellow and white could really improve this. The color could come from the artwork put up on the walls or from murals such as the one Ms. Ayers did. Ms. Ayers also stated that the mural was put in place to add more positive, bright colors to the school walls and that she would like to see more color implemented. She also stated that the mural has been getting a positive response. Some of the students that we interviewed, when asked what their favorite wall was, stated that their favorite wall was the mural. All of these elements work together to support our claim. There is a lack of variety of color in our school.